Hey everybody, I'm Zach.
And I'm Jesse.
And you're watching Tesla Time News.
Episode 149.
On Now You Know. Sponsored, as always, by our fantastic Patreons, whom without we could not afford to do the show.
Mm-hmm. And sponsored by our friends at the solar-powered hotels in Schaumburg, Illinois, the Fairfield Inn and Suites by Marriott, and the Town Place Suite Hotel, which is right next door, and they are both solar-powered.
That's right, and they have EV charging. And brought to you by ecoware.us. We've got new designs every week, and they are all carbon neutral, and we plant a tree for every purchase. We're up to 200 trees in the Amazon rainforest.
Awesome.
Check out this new one this week. All right, so Motor Trend has come out with Car of the Year. Actually, Ultimate Car of the Year.
Really?
Guess who won it?
The Toyota Echo?
No, it wasn't the Echo.
What was it?
It was the 2013 Tesla Model S. Check out what they said about it. No vehicle we've awarded, be it Car of the Year, Import Car of the Year, SUV of the Year, or Truck of the Year, can equal the impact, performance, and engineering excellence that is our ultimate Car of the Year winner, the 2013 Tesla Model S. The notion of replacing a vehicle's nearly every physical control with a digital one, then updating the underlying software with patches and imaginative new features, all while you sleep and free of charge, is still being emulated now. And still, the better part of a decade later, there isn't an electric car that can travel as far as a Model S, nor is there a street-legal production car of any motivation that can beat a ludicrous Model S to 60 miles an hour, not even a Ferrari LaFerrari or Porsche 918. Meanwhile, Tesla remains among the frontrunners of advanced driver assistance technology. Autopilot and AutoSteer were both unveiled on the Model S. The Model S changed the way the world thinks, not only about electric cars, but also about cars in general. Divorced the car from the controversies and polarized opinions of the company and its mercurial CEO, and it remains clear there isn't another vehicle created during our 70 years of existence that has had a truly comparable effect on automobiles, the automotive industry, and society at large. Every car here was selected because it's the best representative of the decade when it won, and still, the Model S stands apart. In our 70 years of identifying the car of the year, none is more deserving than the 2013 Tesla Model S.
Wow. So, I mean, they're not just saying, like, this is the, car of the year this year. They're saying...
in 70 years.
70 years, this is the car.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I would have to agree with them on that one. Yeah.
And not to be outdone, check out what Auto Express said is their 2019 car of the year.
The Model S?
Well, the Model 3.
Oh, okay.
And they said it's the best Tesla yet.
I have to say that's true. Yeah.
Check out this car. This could be the next year's Motor Trend car of the year, don't you think, Jess? The BMW Electric Mini Cooper SE. This is the first BMW since 2013 that is all electric. Obviously, the i3 was their first foray into that. What do you think of the specs on this?
So it is a 130 kilowatt motor, which is 184 horsepower. It has a max torque of 270 newtons.
And it's got a 0 to 60 in 3.9 seconds. That's pretty fast.
No. That's 0 to 60 kilometers per hour. So that's 0 to 37 miles an hour.
Oh, so what's it 0 to 60 miles per hour?
7.3 seconds.
Oh, not so perky.
It's still great.
Okay, well, that's good. So prices in Germany start at 32,500 euro, which is about $36,400. It's got a 32.6 kilowatt hour battery with a reported range of 235 to 270 miles. That's amazing.
No. Again, kilometers, 235 to 270 kilometers, which is 146 to 168 miles.
Well, that's still pretty good.
But that's based on the WLTP standard, which is not accurate. So I'm going to say that we're looking at a real range of like 110, 120 miles probably.
Oh, and let's get to charging here, though. Maybe it'll overcome it with charging.
Sure.
It's got Type 2 and CCS combo 2 plugs. So you've got AC and DC charging there.
Right.
Perfect.
But it's limited to 50 kilowatts.
Oh.
So what we're looking at is basically a Leaf and not like a new Leaf. I'm talking like a like a 2015 Leaf, with the range of maybe over 100 miles.
I'm not so excited about it. It's not going to make Motor Trend Car of the Year, I don't think.
No. I mean, the Leaf is a decent form factor, even considering that it's under, or around 100-mile range. I think that a 100-mile range car still makes sense for commuting and for city dwellers. So I'm not trying to, poo-poo this car just based off of range. But for the price, which is roughly $36,400, I mean, that's in Model 3 territory. And for a Model 3 of roughly that price, you're going to be getting
a whole lot more.
A whole lot more in terms of range and acceleration and just
speed.
Size and charging speed. Exactly. I mean, 50 kilowatts is nowhere near supercharging speed.
Well, we do know that they're taking pre-orders in Germany, France, the Netherlands, Sweden, and Norway right now, and there are 40,000 customers registered with interest. One thing I just want to point out, though, is the nose cone on this.
Yeah. It looks very similar to like a Model S nose cone from 2013, I suppose, which is fine. But I think that they're going to regret it later. I don't know.
Well, it just shows that BMW did not innovate from 2013 until 2019. They just sat on their hands.
Right. And even this is not really an innovation. They were just like, well, a lot of people won't buy the i3 just because it looks like an i3.
Right.
And the Mini is just a more popular car. People love the shape of the Mini. So all you have to do is take an i3's guts, stick it into a Mini, and boom, you have a more popular car.
Well, speaking of the Model 3, though, here is Tim and Ann's Model 3 hill climb video that they submitted to us.
Greetings from Ashland, Oregon, home of the best small town 4th of July festival in the country. As you can see, this town gets it. This is the mayor of the neighboring town cruising by in her Model X. This is EV Association of Ashland, and here's how we go camping in Ashland, Oregon. That's a solar trailer. Ashland, Oregon is also known for the Shakespeare Festival. We have the only outdoor Elizabethan theater in the country. We have crazy good mountain biking, and solar rollers are here. So here's my new Model 3 mid-range, and we're going mountain climbing. First up is Mount Ashland, then Mount Shasta across the border in California. The first trip, we climbed 4,550 feet in 18.5 miles. As soon as the trip starts, you can see that the diesel trucks can't handle the incline and they quickly pull off the side of the road. We started the trip with 84% charge, and on the way up we were burned off 20%. So the 4,500 foot climb took 20% of the mid-range Model 3's power. From the top, you can see Mount Shasta out in the distance. On the way back down, we started at 64%, and by the time we hit the bottom, we were back up to 69%. So we gained 5% charge on the Model 3 mid-range. So at a climb rate of 246 feet per mile, on the way back down, you regain 25% of the power you used to go up. The next day we shot down to Mount Shasta, quick hike around the Siskiyou Lake, and then over to the Mount Shasta Superchargers. These are very powerful, very quick superchargers. About half of them are full. I'd give this a 8 or 9 out of 10. Lots of places to eat and shop around the area. We charged up to 86%, and up Mount Shasta we went. This trip was 11.7 miles. We climbed 3,364 feet. That's 287 feet per mile. We stopped at Bunny Flats Trailhead, played in the snow for a minute, and then went back down the hill. It took 16% of the car's charge to go up, and coming back down, we regained 5% of it. So the steeper climb, we regenerated 31% of the power it took to go up. So it recharged more on a steeper climb. So spread the knowledge and fight the ignorance. Tim and Ann, now you know.
If you have a Model 3, drive it up a mountain. It's so fun. I've done it, and it was awesome. I mean, we got to the mountain, and they're like, you have to be careful when you're driving up the mountain. Park halfway up and let your car sit for 30 minutes. And I'm like, why? And they're like, so that the engine, and leave it in idle so it'll cool down the engine. I'm like, I don't think I'm going to have that problem. And then on the way down, they're like, keep it in a low gear and don't use the brakes at all. And I'm like, I'm not going to be using the brakes at all, but it's just going to be all regen on the way down. And as you can see, you get a bunch of energy back.
Yeah.
I think these things were made for mountains. They're like little mountain goats. They zip right up the mountain.
Now, you might have seen this video this week. John, who is a Model X owner driving with his 5-year-old son in Los Gatos, California on July 4th, he said this: I realized that this car was speeding pretty aggressively. He's coming close. He hits my car. I hear my son's forehead essentially hit the back seat. What happened was this Ford F-150 rammed into him and then drove off. The Los Gatos Monte Sereno Police Department got a tip from someone who saw this video, and the police went to the house and found the truck and the owner, Dennis Munns, 32, of San Jose. Munns was arrested for hit and run and reckless driving. Having that technology with dashcam is so important and vital to making sure that you're protected and your family's protected, especially if, God forbid, something like this ever happens, said John. What's interesting about the story is that, any car, you can throw a dash cam in the front windshield. But with Teslas, you've got cameras around the car. So as this Ford F-150 is approaching, you get to see the approach and you get to see it drive off. So you get the whole picture of what happened.
Right, because, if you just had a camera facing straight out the front, you may have seen the truck hit, but you don't know what happened beforehand. You don't know, was this Tesla gunning it past someone who's trying to pull into his lane?
Exactly.
You had no idea. But with the rear footage, it's pretty clear that this person was just driving extremely recklessly and poorly.
Yeah. Do you think that it was an accident, or do you think this was intentional?
I do not know.
I don't know either. So on July 8th, Kelly Vaughn tweeted at Elon, "Hey Elon, can you add an I'm feeling lucky destination option and take the driver on a fun surprise adventure?"
And Elon said, would be cool if car took you to a random fun place traveled to by Tesla owners in the area.
And then Elon followed up with, "Done. I'm feeling lucky and I'm feeling
Stick tongue out face.
navigation buttons coming with next software release." So this is kind of big news. There's going to be a feeling lucky and a feeling...
I think that's feeling silly.
Silly button? Okay, so not hungry? I'd like a feeling hungry button, actually.
Well, you can say navigate to food.
No, that's true.
And it'll look for restaurants.
Yes, but supposedly... Okay, yeah, so this is going to be random. I guess, here's my thing. I wish that Elon had VPs of Special Operations. If I was VP of Special Operations, I would say to Elon when he tweeted this out, great, we'll do something like this, but let's do it really well. Let's make it so that when Tesla drivers are driving along and they find a cool spot, right? Some awesome view or some just fantastic museum or something, they can hit a button and enter it so that all Tesla owners will kind of know about it. And then when you say, I'm feeling lucky, you be brought to one of these cool spots instead of just some random spot on the map. To me, that's not very useful.
Well, when I get in the car, sometimes I'm just I'm going on an adventure. Where should I go? And I start driving, and I generally find that I'm driving down the same roads that I always do, and I'm like, man, I wish I was driving down a different road. To which I think I'm feeling lucky where it will pick a random destination somewhere around you. It'll, take you the most efficient route to get there. I think what you also would want is a backroads route thing where it's don't take the main roads, take as small roads as you can.
Right.
It'll take twice as long to get there, but the point is that it's not the destination,
it's the journey.
The journey.
Yeah.
I think that this is still good. I think I can sort of just pick a spot randomly on the map, but this will probably ensure that it's next to a road and it's not just the middle of the forest.
Right.
And I'm feeling lucky button is fun.
Yeah. So a poker-playing robot named Pluribus has beaten 5 other top professional human players at 6-player, no-limit Texas Hold'em poker. This is the first time that an AI has beaten elite human players at a game with more than 2 players. In a 12-day session with more than 10,000 hands of poker, it beat 15 top human players. Noam Brown, who developed Pluribus at Carnegie Mellon University in Pittsburgh with his partner Tomas Sandholm, said, "A lot of AI researchers didn't think it was possible to do this using our techniques."
What were its techniques?
So Pluribus doesn't do what other poker AIs do.
Oh, wear a baseball cap and a hoodie and sunglasses and hold their hand up to their face all the time so that you can't really see what they're thinking.
Well, it does have that advantage, right? You can't really read what a computer's thinking. So that's a huge advantage. But what other AIs do is they go through all the decision trees for every move ahead to find the best move. But Pluribus doesn't do that because with 6 players, that gets ridiculously difficult. Instead, what it does is it only looks ahead a few moves. And it teaches itself from scratch to play the game, much like DeepMind's Go and AI Alpha Zero's. Pluribus plays trillions of hands of poker against itself and learns which strategies work best, and it ends up sometimes using strategies that humans don't use because it didn't learn from humans. Cool fact here is that while AlphaGo used 2,000 computer CPUs, Pluribus only used 2 CPUs. And when playing against itself, Pluribus can come up with a move in about 20 seconds, which is about half the time it takes a professional human to decide. This is pretty interesting stuff because we're talking about the first time that AI beat multiple humans. And a lot of people are saying now we're pretty much done with games. We can go on to other things. Computers have pretty much shown that they can beat humans.
Okay, well, it's terrifying.
So we've seen a sneak peek of the next-gen Roadster's trunk back in April. Now Elon tweeted about the cold air thrusters, saying SpaceX thruster package will be subtle, hidden behind license plate. This was in response to a Marquise Brownlee photos of some possible ways that the Roadster could look with the SpaceX package.
Right, yeah, it doesn't need these giant rocket cones. These are basically just like air nozzles. Behind the license plate, though.
So does that mean the license plate is going to go down like a James Bond Aston Martin, and then out come the thrusters?
Like it folds down? No, I think what actually will happen is basically as soon as you use these thrusters, you're not going to want anyone to know anything about your car, right? Because it's probably going to be like you're going to be going way over the speed limit, so it just obliterates your license plate as it zips off.
Let's just talk about this for a second.
Okay, yeah.
If you're going, say, 0 to 60, there's no law that I'm aware of that you can't do that quicker than other cars, as long as you don't go above the speed limit.
I think that there are a couple laws that would probably limit you.
Okay.
I think that there are some laws that probably mention like unneeded acceleration. That I think mostly has to do with tires screeching, but I think that you would definitely run into some noise laws.
Gotcha. With the thrusters.
With the thrusters. Now, I don't know if the thrusters are going to be louder than like a Harley Davidson.
I don't think this is going to be street legal. I think using the thrusters, you have to do that on private property.
So that's why it would be behind where the license plate is, because you do not need a license plate.
Gotcha.
You shouldn't have a license plate on if you're going to be doing it. Yeah, you better be on private property. It's going to be so loud. I don't think that we're quite ready for that.
So we've known for quite a while that VW and Ford were planning on forming an alliance of some kind to work on EVs and self-driving, but last week they announced the formal agreements. So here's what we know. VW will join Ford in investing in Argo AI, which is Ford's autonomous driving company. VW will invest $1 billion in funding, and they'll buy $500 million in Argo shares over the next 3 years. And also, they'll be contributing their own autonomous intelligent driving company, AID. I thought that was kind of weird. Just want to stop here for a second. I get that they're going to buy into Ford, just like BMW and Daimler we announced last week are kind of joining forces to work on autonomous driving.
Right.
But VW already has this AID company. How does that work? You take Argo and you're like, here you go. Here's our company. Squish, squish. Like,
right.
We're in Germany. You're in Michigan. What? How does that work?
Well, either you go to Ford's company. It sounds like VW is moving their company over to Ford's. So I guess it'd be like, okay, everyone, guten Tag. Well, we're going to be going to Michigan. That's where we're going to be living now. I know that you all live here in Stuttgart, but we are going to be moving to Michigan. So pack your bags. So, I mean, it's either that or they're going to be like...
working on Skype calls together?
Skype calls with a big, was it like a 5 or 6 hour time difference?
Yeah.
So, okay, everyone, get ready for the afternoon's meeting. That's when Ford will just be waking up. So they're going to be a little bleary-eyed every morning. Well, actually, every hour afternoon. But... hopefully we'll get a bunch of stuff done.
Well, let's hear what else they're doing here. Number 2, Ford will use VW's MEB platform to build one EV in Europe starting in 2023 with a production run of 600,000 vehicles. So I think we should stop there again. So that means in 4 years,
yes,
Ford is like, we'll come out with an electric car in Europe. And why Europe, by the way? Because Ford said, no one in America wants an electric car yet.
Which is preposterous. I mean, we're talking 4 years in the future now. This is a world where we're going to have either seen or maybe you could even buy a Tesla pickup truck. There'll be the Tesla Roadster, the Tesla semi-truck, the Model 3, the Model Y, the Model S, the Model X.
Right.
You'll have
Probably
all
some
of these
robo-taxis.
cars. And there'll be other... I mean, there are other car manufacturers that will have electric cars that will compete with all of Ford's cars. I mean, Rivian will probably have something.
Right. Well, and that's what I think Ford is banking on is like, well, we bought Rivian, so we're all set in that department.
I guess. And plus, you know, you come out with this car in Europe, it's going to be on the MEB platform. So basically, whatever Volkswagen has come up with for the MEB platform is what you're stuck with.
Right.
So it's going to be like an identical version of one of Volkswagen's cars it's going to be like this weird rebranded, like, oh, it's the Ford, definitely not Volkswagen mobile. Like, I don't know.
Oh, and the third thing that they're doing together, Ford and VW will develop commercial vans and medium pickup trucks for each brand starting in 2022. It seems like I think for our viewers right now who watch us regularly, they would probably be better CEOs of these two companies than the existing ones because they get it, right? They understand the EVs and autonomous stuff. That's the future. These CEOs, I don't even think we can understand how out of it they are. It would be kind of like if you were like the big studio executive when Netflix came out and you're trying to compete with them and you're like, I know what we should do. Let's do that sitcom that we've been pitching. You know how there's a leading man and a baby? Let's put two babies in there. That'll be great.
And it's like, you mean this is supposed to like compete with Stranger Things?
With what?
And like Game of Thrones.
With what?
You don't know what I'm talking about?
I've never heard of that. No. We're going to do sitcoms with a leading man and two babies. Got it?
What?
Yeah.
This is not what people watch anymore.
Oh, yes, it is. I don't know what you're talking about.
And it's going to be on network television?
Yeah.
Can we stream it anywhere?
What's streaming?
What Volkswagen and Ford each need to do, and I think that they need to do this separately, is they need to like sit down as a leader. If you're the leader in this company, you need to sit down and you need to be like, okay, who are our best people? It should be like, you, and you. You're getting a 15% raise. Come with me. We're going into a separate room in the facility. We're not even going to be talking to these guys anymore. And also, you know, this is a pretty small group. The rest of the people, we're going to be headhunting from Tesla. Basically, we're going to try and steal as many people who have been at Tesla as possible to just try and help us just get going here, because they need to work on so many different things. They're screwed. They're so screwed. And this like will combine together and somehow that will make it better. Like, this isn't gummy bears and ice cream and you can combine them together and suddenly it's better. No. These are two different companies from different countries. Right. I mean, the BMW and the Daimler example, at least they're in like the same country and they could be like, okay, everyone, we're going to be going over to the thing, so let's get in our cars and let's head over there. But again, this is like across continents, and you're supposed to be somehow developing AI software. Yeah, you either need to be in the same building, or it's not. It's just a laughable idea.
Well, here's two companies that are in separate countries, and they seem to be working well together. This is Yandex and Hyundai, Russia and South Korea. Russia's biggest tech company, Yandex, and Hyundai have been working together since March on autonomous cars. Now Yandex has released a video of its autonomous 2020 Sonata driving on a test track without a driver. Check this out, Jess. So Yandex has 50 self-driving Priuses on the streets of Moscow right now, although they have safety drivers behind the wheel. And it will be adding these 50 Sonatas soon. And from what we hear, they'll eventually be getting rid of the safety drivers, could be next year. That's pretty exciting, no? Nah?
I mean, it looks like Waymo to me. I mean, it's very similar to what Waymo has. These 2020 Sonatas are not electric, and it just looks like Waymo to me. And you know, as we know, Waymo seems to function in areas where it will never snow and hardly ever rain, and they're all pre-mapped. Now, I mean, maybe if these are driving around Moscow and it hasn't been pre-mapped and there's snow and there's slush, I could get excited about that.
Well, here's the thing. I agree with you. They're going to map it all like that. But what I like about it is that if we start seeing these companies pop up in cities around the world and people start to get used to the idea that there's an autonomous taxi driving by, that at least it'll enter their consciousness and their perception of autonomous cars will change. Kind of like with Uber when that popped up. In the beginning, everyone's like, you're going to get in a car with a stranger? And then soon it becomes like, oh, my granddaughter uses Uber. Maybe I'll try it.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's going to take a bit more than 50 Sonatas driving around Moscow to change the perception of the entire world. But yeah, I mean, as more companies like this start to pop up, sure, maybe. I mean, we have to keep in mind it is a completely different technology than what Tesla is going to be using, which is all cameras. So I don't know, because I mean, like right now, it's blatantly obvious that this thing is fully autonomous. I think that in the future, the fully autonomous cars you're not going to be able to see them.
Right.
It's just going to be like, oh, is that a Tesla? Do you think it was driving autonomously? We'll never know.
All right, Jesse, check this out. This is Bentley's EXP 100 GT EV concept.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, here's some stats.
Yeah.
0 to 60 in less than 2.5 seconds.
Nice.
80% charge in 15 minutes.
Sick.
Weighs 1,900 kilograms. It has a range of 700 kilometers, which is 435 miles.
Wow.
A top speed of 300 kilometers an hour, which is 186 miles an hour.
Okay.
It has 4 electric motors.
Awesome.
Check this out. The future of luxury craftsmanship with seamless fusion of materials and intelligent curation of technology, and introducing light as a new luxury material. Yes, you heard it here first, folks. Light is a material. But wait, there's more.
Okay. No. I'm still excited. I'm still excited. Okay.
Sustainable future luxury created through the use of 5,000-year-old copper-infused riverwood. Compass exterior paint made from recycled rice husks.
Okay.
100% organic leather-like textile from winemaking.
How do you...
Cumbrian crystal interfaces.
What's Cumbrian?
British
crystal?
farmed wool carpets and embroidered cotton interior surfaces all create sustainable future luxury.
Okay.
On board, Bentley Personal Assistant maximizes comfort by monitoring occupants' well-being. And it's available in biometric seating with 3 different configurations.
Okay. I don't know what some of that stuff
But that's cool stuff, though. It sounds cool, doesn't it?
Yeah. No, I mean, this is a Bentley. I mean, just looking at the stats, very cool.
Yeah.
The interior looks like, the steering wheel comes out to you, so I'm assuming that it's fully autonomous, although they didn't mention it in any of the specs.
You heard about the Riverwood, though, right? Copper infused.
5,000 year old. Is the copper 5,000 years old?
I don't know, but it just sounds so good.
Isn't the copper like
Whoever
from
wrote that was
asteroids
just
from
awesome.
I don't understand what the crystals are about.
It's got crystals, though.
I mean,
Huh?
that is just generally a
Pretty
good thing, I
good.
suppose.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, okay. I mean, if I were looking for a luxury car, and obviously I wanted an electric luxury car,
Yep.
and it sounds like they have some questionably sustainable features, but it's better than an unsustainable feature.
Do you know what they're presenting it as?
What?
The EXP 100 GT is being presented as the grand tourer for the world of 2035.
What? 2035?
Yep. Start saving. You got plenty of time.
That's 16 years from now.
Yeah, perfect. Because, it's not going to be a cheap car. You're going to have to save for this. They know that. So they want to give you time to save. See how nice it is
Am
of
I
them?
going to be 41 years old?
Yeah, perfect midlife crisis car to get.
I'm going to be 41 years old when this car comes out?
Yeah. Well, if it comes out at all. Come on.
I'm getting a midlife crisis right now just thinking about
It's
that.
a concept car.
2035?
Yeah.
That's 16 years from now. What are they starting on the 5,000-year-old copper-infused riverwood?
Probably. It takes a while to make that stuff.
What?
What did you think, Jesse?
Okay.
Crystals don't just grow overnight.
I was excited about this car because I thought that it was coming out now.
No.
The specs are like, for right now,
No,
good.
Didn't you see the CGI graphics?
I know that, every company will do CGI graphics.
But these were really good CGI graphics.
Okay, some of it, I don't know if it was like the frame rate or something made it look like it was like from a cutscene. I think everything was too smooth. It looked like a cutscene from like a PlayStation 2 game or something.
Yeah.
But okay, like the front, can we agree that the front does not look good?
Oh, you don't like the grill in 2035?
I don't like the grill lights. I don't like how the lights are a grill.
You don't like the material, the light we chose as the material?
I don't even know if that's what they meant.
Light is a material.
What? Where is the light as a material? Like, are the seats made out of light?
Could be.
It's not. They're made out of...
In 2035, a lot of things are going to change.
And I just, like, why come out with this at all? Like, I wouldn't even be talking about Bentley. I wouldn't be making fun of Bentley had they not brought this upon themselves. This is like wearing a super embarrassing t-shirt to school in, like, the 4th grade. Like, this, you're just asking for trouble. Like, what the hell am I supposed to do with any of this information?
You sound like you know what you're talking about. What t-shirt are we talking about?
I don't know. I'm going to be 41 years old. I'm 25 right now.
Yeah.
Who the hell is this for?
You.
This is for me.
It's for your future
This is
self.
for me. So I'm supposed to be looking forward to this car
Yes.
for 16 years.
Oh my God. Get your calendars out.
So it's like if I were 9 and I was like, oh yeah, well, you just wait till you see what kind of stuff I'm going to be doing when I'm 25.
Well, actually, you just said in the 4th grade. You were 9 in the 4th grade. So this all is coming together.
It all comes together,
It's all
yeah.
coming together.
Hey, if it all works out, but like, at no point when I was 9 years old
were you
could I
wearing
be
a
like,
Bentley t-shirt when you were in the 4th grade?
if I was in the 4th grade and I was like, you guys are going to see what I have my YouTube channel when I'm 25 years old. We're going to have 100,000 subscribers. No one would care. Everyone would be like, okay, what's YouTube? What?
All right, it's time for the lightning round. What's going on with this car? There's Duracell batteries in the front?
Yes. So this is a Model 3
Yeah.
that has been bagged,
What?
which means that it has airbags in it.
All cars have airbags now.
Airbags between in the suspension. So basically what you can do is you can slam the car. You can lower the car all the way to the ground until the body touches the ground.
Why do we want to do this?
Because it looks cool.
It does?
Duh. So what you need in order to do this is
Duracell batteries?
a pneumatic system to basically raise and lower the car.
Gotcha.
Where do you put that if you are an aspiring Model 3 customizer
Oh, in the front?
in the front?
And that's you
And
cover
so
it with fake batteries.
You cover it with 2 fake
Gotcha.
Duracell batteries. I kind of want to just have 2 Duracell batteries so I can like store things in the front and then like fold down the Duracell batteries. I think that the one thing that they did miss would be to put a big, long antenna on the car so it just looks like an RC car.
According to Bloomberg, Tesla is making preparations to raise output at its auto plant in Fremont, California. Tesla's automotive president, Jerome Guillen, said in an email to employees on Tuesday, "While we can't be too specific in this email, I know you'll be delighted with the upcoming developments." Guillen's message also said that the company hit new records in all production lines for output and efficiency in the most recent quarter, both in Fremont and in Nevada, and that quality is also reaching record highs. Now, I would like to point out that China's fine blanking technology, CFTC,
Fine blanking?
yeah, fine blanking. They make blanks. They press parts. According to Digitimes, CFTC will increase monthly shipments for components of relays used in Tesla Model 3 vehicles from about 20,000 units currently to 40,000 units beginning in August 2019. So that's gotten a lot of people thinking that production's going to go way up. Now, obviously, they're going to need more cars for Shanghai, because Tesla has previously been talking about starting production at the Gigafactory 3 in Shanghai in early Q4, which would be October or so, ramping up to about 3,000 units per week by the end of the year. I think what might be happening is that in Lathrop, California, where they've got the this new building that we thought was like a factory, it's a distribution center. Maybe they're moving parts out of Fremont, storing them in Lathrop until they just in time need them back at the factory, and then they ship them back because it's only an hour away. That's my only thought for freeing up space in Fremont, is that they had a lot of storage space in Fremont that was holding like panels and stuff like that. Maybe they moved them out and made some space in Fremont. I don't know.
I mean, that would be wild.
So the Model 3 CHEVY adapter is ready.
Haven't we talked about this already before?
Yeah, we did. In fact, just about a month ago, we told you that Tesla said they have a CHEVY adapter for the Model 3, but now Tesla says it's finally ready for $450 on the Tesla.com website. It uses the Model 3 over-the-air 2019.23.1 update. So if you have that or later, you can use the adapter. And something to keep in mind, if you have a friend, let's say, who has a Model S or X with the adapter, you can borrow their adapter and take it on vacation because they work interchangeably among the cars.
Interesting.
Hello, Berlin. This is Elon Musk.
What?
It seems that Elon's been making long-distance phone calls recently, calling the mayors of Berlin and Hamburg to complain about long wait times that Tesla customers are having getting their EVs registered. It's been averaging about 6 days for the license plates for their new EVs to come through. Some have taken up to 15 days of waiting. So after some tweet complaints, Elon got on the phone and complained himself. We'll have to wait and see if this makes any kind of difference.
How do we know he's making long-distance phone calls? Like, I didn't even know that was a thing that you could know.
Because the mayors said that they got calls from him.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like the phone company was like, long-distance phone calls.
China's air is so bad.
How bad is it?
It's so bad that a recent study in the journal Nature Energy says that from 1960 to 2015, the air has gotten so polluted that the output from solar panels has dropped 11 to 15%.
So you're saying that it's so hazy out that even on a bright sunny day, the solar panels are not putting out their full potential because the sun is being blocked up to 11 to 15%?
Yeah. If China could clean up its air, the economic benefit would be estimated to be $5 to $7 billion by 2030.
Now, is that just from solar?
Nope, that would be from all sorts of economic benefit, probably also health.
Oh, like not being poisoned
because
when you go out.
Exactly, because in 2017, deadly PM 2.5 particles in Shanghai were 4 times higher than the World Health Organization air quality guidelines, and in Beijing, they were 6 times higher.
And I would point out that the World Health Organization is pretty lax when it comes to specifically the PM 2.5 particle emission limit.
Exactly.
So it's like really, 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 really bad.
Yeah. A new poll by Site Research of 2,000 Americans shows that 70% said they would support a version of California's rooftop solar policy being mandated nationwide. Now, remember that in California, it is now the law that by 2020, all new residential homes must have solar, or at the very least, get their power from community solar.
Now, the CEO of Vivint, David Bywater, said, in a lot of cases, people might say that California policy is the big hand of government overreaching, but it's actually what the people want. And this poll backs that up, because basically, this is what people want, is for their air to not be like China's. They want clean, renewable energy.
Well, and I want to point out, we have building codes in the U.S. Every state, abides by the federal code and then tweaks them to their own liking. Mm-hmm. So there's codes right now about, how steep stairs can be and where handrails go and all sorts of things. So it's not like this is some new overreach. This is just to keep people safe and to make houses the way people want them. Mm-hmm. So Neuralink tweeted out, we are having an event next Tuesday in San Francisco to share a bit about what we've been working on the last 2 years.
So that is going to be tomorrow.
Yes, exciting.
You could reserve your seats, although I have a feeling that they're already
reserved,
fully booked.
And guess what else is tomorrow?
What is?
Elon tweeted, Raptor engine mounted on Starhopper aiming for hover test Tuesday. And Martian Days said, live stream? Elon said,
sure.
So yeah, Elon said, we changed the design quite a bit. More about this in late July. About 20 meters up and sideways for first flight. Mark 1 Starship, hopefully 20 kilometers up in a few months. So Tuesday, get ready for your live streams.
Yeah, you're going to have to get one, I guess you get an Oculus Rift or something, and you put one eye looking at the rocket launch live stream, and the other eye looking at the Neuralink stuff.
Well, this is why we need Neuralink, don't you think?
Good point.
Yeah. Check out this chart here, Jesse. Mm-hmm. This is mid-size premium sedans sold in the U.S. And let me break it down for you a little bit. Jaguar's purple. Mm-hmm. Lexus is yellow. Mm-hmm. Audi is green. Mm-hmm. BMW 3 Series is orange. Mm-hmm. Mercedes-Benz C-Class is blue. And the Tesla Model 3 is?
In red. And it's the one that's shooting up. So basically by September of last year, it was up to the same level that Mercedes C-Class was at today, and it has just been shooting up since then.
This is cumulative sales since January of 2018, so you can just see that it's just taken off.
Wow.
And let's look at another one just to get another idea, because, everyone talks about Tesla killers, right?
Right.
So the blue here is the Tesla Model 3.
Okay, that one's doing pretty good.
Yep. The red is the Tesla Model S. The white is the Tesla Model X. And then here come the Tesla killers, Jesse. Mm-hmm. The purple is the Jaguar I-Pace. The orange is the Audi e-tron. And the green is the Porsche Taycan.
I don't see them on the...
Oh, well, you see the green, right? At the bottom there?
Well, that's just the That's just the bottom of the graph, right? That's
No,
just
no,
the x-axis, right?
No, that's the Porsche Taycan, and behind that color is the Audi and the Jaguar. You can't see it because they're all laying there together low at the bottom of the chart.
Okay. And those are
the Tesla killers. Watch out, folks. They're going to get ya. Oh, and, if you need it in numbers, in charts, this is another way to see it. This is luxury brand vehicles sold in the U.S., including SUVs. And this is showing the number year-over-year growth sold in them. So basically from Q2 of 2018 to Q2 of 2019. So you can see there on the left is Tesla with 30,000. Then we got BMW, we got Genesis, we got Volvo, we got Land Rover, Porsche, Jaguar, Alfa Romeo, Lexus, Acura, Lincoln, Infiniti, Mercedes, Audi, and then the total. Now, that total is green only because of Tesla.
Wait a minute. So we're talking about luxury brand vehicles
Yep.
across all the luxury brands.
Yep, including SUVs.
And for the most part, they either grew like a really small amount
Or not at all.
or they lost growth. They
Right.
shrunk. Except for Tesla.
Yep, which grew 131% year over year. So EVs can now travel faster on certain highways in Austria than ICE cars. EVs, and that's pure electric EVs and hydrogen cell cars, but not hybrids, they will have a green license plate so that they are easy to identify, and on certain stretches of highways in Austria will be able to go 130 kilometers an hour instead of 100 kilometers an hour, which is the limit for ICE cars. And Greta Thunberg is oil's biggest threat. Check this out.
She's like a 16-year-old girl.
Yeah, but the Secretary General of OPEC, Mohammed Barkindo, said that climate activists were perhaps the greatest threat to the oil industry. According to Greta's tweet here, quote, and this is from OPEC, there is a growing mass mobilization of world opinion against oil, and this is perhaps the greatest threat to our industry. OPEC calls the school strike movement and climate campaigners their greatest threat. Thank you, our biggest compliment yet.
If you're big oil, maybe don't admit that a bunch of school kids are your biggest threat.
Yeah.
That makes you look pretty weak.
Yeah. I can just see
And
them at the board
power.
meeting. Why are sales going down on our fossil fuels? Well, it's this Greta Thunberg. She's so mean. Keep going, Greta. Keep it up.
Wow. That's scary to have OPEC talking about you. If OPEC was talking about our YouTube channel, I think I would go underground because that would be pretty terrifying. I mean, I wouldn't because OPEC. You.
Greta, can you protect us?
No, I wouldn't. I mean, I would be scared, but I wouldn't go. I mean, I wouldn't quit.
All right, it's time for our video contributor story. What do we got this week, Jess?
We have our friend Scott in Northern California.
Hi, Zach and Jesse. I'm on the Northern California coast, just north of Eureka. It's about 60 miles south of the Oregon border. And I pulled over here because that is an eagle's nest. And one of the eagles is sitting over in this tree. He's flown off at the moment. And I'm shooting some photos with my digital camera here, and you can see a picture of the tree in the camera. And what I noticed as I was doing this, we're here in our red Tess and Model 3. And as I sit here trying to observe nature and take these photos, as you can see, there's a slight incline here as cars have to come around this very sharp turn behind me, come around, and then goose the gas to get up this hill. And here's a bus coming right now, and just listen, it's obnoxiously loud. And there you can hear that diesel as he has to gun it to get up the hill. Anyway, most of these cars here, because we're kind of out in a rural area, are diesels, or they're big V8s like this one. And just listen to that rumble. So, as a nature lover, as a nature photographer, I just wanted to remind everybody that in the future, the cars are just going to glide by. A little road noise, a little wind noise. And that's exactly what's going to happen when we leave here in our Model 3. If there was another photographer here, another nature lover, they wouldn't be interrupted by us at all. Anyway, now you know.
Thank you, Scott. Yeah. That's a really good point and wonderful pictures, by the way.
Thank you for the pictures.
Yeah.
All right, it's time for our Patreon bonus stories. For those of you who are unaware, the Patreon bonus stories is where we have some more stories, some stuff to talk about, some stuff that we can't show on the normal news because we would get demonetized. So we're going to go talk about some fun stuff, and we'll be back. If you wanted to go check out those videos, you can head over to Patreon and support us for as little as $1 a month, and you'll get 4 Patreon bonus stories segments every month. So you're paying $0.25 for multiple stories every week.
All right, we're back from our Patreon bonus stories, and it's time for our Patreon shout-outs. These are people who give us $5 or more a month, and who without, we could not afford to do the show.
Yes.
Who do we got this week, Jess?
We have Jeremy Schmidt,
Nick Durst,
Brian Jensen,
Jason Harvey,
Jerry Fetzer,
Don Fairchild,
Seattle James,
and Trevor Thorogood.
Thank you so much for supporting this show. We couldn't do it without you.
We did it without screwing up again.
Woo!
Nice.
Was that 2 in a row?
No, but close. We're getting better. All right, it's time for Elon's tweets of the week, and boy, was he busy this week.
Yes.
Okay, the first one here is from EV Autonomy. He said, once FSD is ready, can we start calling it Tesla Robocar? Then everyone will know only one company makes them. And Elon said,
Sure, robot face, car emoji, smiley face emoji.
so we've got a new name for Robotaxi. It is Robocar. Tesla Robocar.
No, it's Robotaxi.
Nope,
Robotaxi came out first. It
Nope.
makes a lot more sense.
Nope.
Well, okay, I will conjecture if it is a robo, you would own a robo-car, but by night it is a Robotaxi.
Oh, I like that. This next tweet was from Elon's World. It is the year 2050. SpaceX transports each year hundreds of humans to Moon and Mars. Tesla is worth $2 trillion and sells millions of cars. Meanwhile, Elon Musk is retired enjoying a coffee. Car emoji, rocket emoji. An awesome photo of Elon on Mars.
Yeah.
Not even a photo. It's a drawing.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a photo.
Someday it'll be a photo.
Yeah.
But
And Elon said,
I don't know if Elon's going to look that young. I mean, I know that he has consistently looked younger and younger as time has
Neuralink,
gone on.
Neuralink.
That doesn't make you younger.
It could. Reprogram the genes. Anyway, what does Elon say?
He says, may the light of consciousness shine bright.
Ooh.
I really, really, really like that.
Yeah.
Because
He's just
I
so
just
deep.
really do. Yeah.
This is Ryan McCaffrey's tweet to Elon. He says, real life Kit. Now, if you are young enough or old enough to remember, Kit was the car in Magnum PI's... no. Kit was the car in Knight Rider. I'm getting Magnum PI. Kit was the autonomous car in Knight Rider that David Hasselhoff drove, or that drove him. And so Ryan McCaffrey said, Musk Industries 3000 can drive itself, can find you when you summon it, can turbo boost, SpaceX package, can hit 250 plus miles per hour, drives out the back of a Tesla semi-truck, can respond to voice commands. How about it, Elon? ? And Elon said,
No problem.
yes! We're going to have a Roadster that has voice commands.
I mean,
and can drive out the back of our semi-truck.
I mean, my car already responds to
Yes,
voice
but
commands.
do you remember it used to, there was a semi going down the highway at highway speeds and then the car would back out of it?
No,
I'm so excited.
I don't remember that.
All right, and then a big tweet here. This is like a big news item. Elon was asked, so like, Elon, when's the refreshed Model X coming? Asking for our friend.
Elon said there is no refreshed Model X or Model S coming, only a series of minor ongoing changes. Most significant change in the past few years was the high-efficiency Model 3 rear drive unit as the S and X front drive unit. That went into production 3 months ago.
Then Brandon Harvard said, will we be seeing an interior revamp anytime soon, though? Appreciate the reply. Elon said,
No.
So then Eugene Lee 3 said, incremental upgrades. If you want the best Tesla Model S or X, you will be waiting forever, as Elon stated before. Elon said.
Exactly.
All right, his next tweet is kind of apropos of the t-shirt I'm wearing. He said, it's not a flamethrower, Mr. Escobar. What? Did we read the future?
So Pablo Escobar's brother is considering suing Elon Musk about the flamethrower.
Yeah, he claimed that some of Elon's team went down to his compound, saw his flamethrower, and then came back to LA and were like, let's make a flamethrower. Elon tweeted out, also, I stole the idea from Spaceballs. So yeah, Spaceballs came out a while ago, and that's where I got the idea.
What universe is this?
Right, I
where
know.
Pablo Escobar's brother is going to sue Elon Musk over a flamethrower.
Right. If you can't write this stuff, people.
If there's any...
And I'm wearing a t-shirt about it. Like,
so,
what?
Well, that's not the weirdest part. Sorry, everyone. I fixed the lights.
Thank God.
You may have noticed that it was looking a bit dim behind us.
Now it looks
The
so
lights
much
were on.
better. Oh, my God.
which highlights the not a flamethrower that we have.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is not a flamethrower.
Nope. It's not.
But this isn't the weirdest part of this story, which it should be. This should be the weirdest part, and that T-shirt should be the weirdest part.
So what's the weirdest part?
Is that Pablo Escobar's brother is suing Elon Musk over anything.
Yeah.
I didn't even know Pablo Escobar had a brother. It wasn't in Narcos.
I didn't. Yeah.
How was I supposed to know?
Right. All right. It's time for community mail time.
Community mail time.
So this is from our friend Tim. He says, "Hi, Zach. Hi, Jesse. On Saturday, June 29th, 1:30 p.m. UTC +2 time in Hamburg, Germany, was my big day. After 1,069 days of waiting, I've got my dream car. I'm happy that I'm a big part of a sustainable future. I'm the pioneer in my friend and family circle and can show them how easy and great an electric car is. I already impressed my colleagues. At bad times, when the flood tried to drown me, you guys helped me find the safe shore and stand up to fight. Soon, Ole and I will go camping with the caravan pulled by one of the first official Tesla Model 3 tow hitches."
Sick.
Yes.
Yes.
That's the kind of news I like to hear
I
about.
can't wait to see a video of you pulling stuff with the Model 3 because
Yes.
I've never seen a Model 3 pulling anything.
Awesome. Do it, dude.
Do it.
Check this out, Jesse. Remember we were one of the first to get a Tesla solar roof token that let us put solar roof onto our roof if we wanted?
Right,
Well,
but you already
got
have
solar.
and I have an apartment.
So we gave it to our new friend Justin out in California. Check this out. He's having solar put on his roof right now, and this is the Tesla Solar Roof version 3, I believe.
That's a real solar roof.
As we speak, they're putting on his roof.
And they're putting on the corner pieces and everything.
Yeah. So, I mean, and we found out that those corner cut pieces are not, they don't have solar in them. Like, so not all solar roof has solar panels in them.
Yeah.
Only the part that needs it.
Sure.
But this thing's going to generate a lot of power. Now, if you guys are interested, if you guys are watching and you're like, oh, I want to know more, please let us know because Justin's got a lot of like facts about what's going on.
Yeah.
But if you guys are like, seen it before, then yeah, we won't tell you about it. This is amazing. Thank you so much, Justin. I'm so excited for you. And this from our friend Todd. He says, "I had a car seat for my son in my white interior Model 3, and when I moved it from rear-facing to forward-facing, I found that it stained my seats black in spots, where the black rubber underneath met the white seat. I tried cleaning it with a bunch of different soaps to no avail. My wife recommended I try eucalyptus oil, and without even barely applying any pressure, it came right off like magic. I quickly then used soap to clean off the oil residue, as I'm not sure if it could negatively affect the seats themselves if left on." Thank you, Todd.
Cool.
So if you got some stains or something, maybe try eucalyptus oil. I'm not endorsing it, but worth a try, right? Thank you. All right, it's time for our on-air question of the week. What do we got, Jess?
James asks, what can we do to best combat FUD? For those of you who don't know, FUD stands for fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And there's a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt about Tesla.
Yes.
Going on with the quote. "I've been trolling the fuddy YouTube channels in comment sections, but want to do more to dismantle false information." I don't think that trolling fuddy information is going to do anything. Because I'll tell you one thing, there's a lot of fuddy people trying to dismantle my YouTube channel comment section.
Right.
And it doesn't do it. Think I care? You think really? You think that I'm going to back down from someone who's like, you don't know what you're talking about. Electric cars are real dirty. No. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the people who are substantiating the FUD are either A, benefiting from the FUD,
right,
or they're just too stupid to... And you're not going to change their mind in the comment section anyway.
No, it's a really good point. I think if you want to combat FUD, the best way, it doesn't seem to make sense, right? It seems like, well, I should do something that's, I can multiply my forces, right? But I think...
Or that I should go after the top. I should cut off the head of the snake. It doesn't work like that.
No, I think the best way is one-on-one. I think it's actually either, say, driving an electric car and showing it off as much as possible at like EV events. Whatever speaks to you as something that you can do on one-on-one with people, it's one-on-one. People are... humans are good at social interactions. We respond very well to other people. So if you have a way like at work or with your friends or with your family to talk about things and to show them firsthand, I think you're going to actually have way more impact. Because if you just get one person in your life to change their behavior, you've already combated FUD.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and I know that it seems like that's a small step, and it is. But I mean, once you get one person, you can get two people. And once you get two people, those two people could also be talking up the same thing.
Exactly.
So I think it's building your little community of people who understand where the FUD is coming from and understand that it's a load of crap.
Plus, I think if you're trolling around on comments and continually doing that, that commenting, you're going to get so stressed out,
Like burnt out. Don't do that.
Don't
do. It's not worth your time. It's not worth your.
Stay positive.
Life. Yeah.
All right, it's time for the results of our Patreon poll, and this week we asked how many of you own a battery EV, and what do we get for results?
So this is from people who support us for $2 or more a month. These are the people who have access to our polls, and 167 people do not own a battery electric vehicle yet. But 290 of them do. So
that's amazing.
I wasn't
expecting that, actually.
No,
because let's face it, there's not a whole lot of choices yet. And in many places you can't even get a Model 3 yet.
Right.
So that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, it's time for Supercharger reviews, and we got a few kind of special ones this week. We've got, check this out, we got Kevin in East Troy, Wisconsin.
Hello, Zach and Jess. This is Mike from Tesla Car Club of America doing a quick review on the La Costa Avenue supercharging station. It's located in North County, San Diego, on the corner of El Camino Real and La Costa Ave. It's about 2 miles inland from the 5 and La Costa Avenue freeway exit. There's 20 supercharging stations, 18 up above here and 2 down below. There's plenty of shopping, bathrooms. There's a Bank of America, a Pizza Hut, a Starbucks, and I would give this a 8 out of 10 just because it's in a nice park-like setting with plenty of facilities and plenty of charging stations. I hope this review is helpful, and I hope everybody has a great day. Thank you.
Jesse, this review is for you. This is Kevin from Wisconsin reporting on the Tesla destination chargers in East Troy, Wisconsin. These pair of destination chargers can be found directly behind the 2894 on Main Cafe, which is located just off the town square. East Troy is home to the historic Electric Railroad Museum, where you can ride on a historic electric trolley car. And don't forget to bring your Tesla to Gus's Drive-In Cruise Night, which is held every Saturday night during the summer. Stop in by this quaint southeastern village location to fill up your cup and your Tesla too. Now you know.
Hello, Zach and Jesse. We're here in Kennebunk, Maine at this supercharger, and it's really nice here. There's a nice little dog area right behind me here, and there's a food court and a lot going on, so nice little walkway too. So yeah, it's a pretty nice little spot. Thanks for checking it out. Back to you guys.
And that was our very own Bobby. I guess he was on vacation up in Maine.
Oh,
thank you, Bobby.
Nice. Good find.
Nice. All right, what do we got for new superchargers this week?
Well, we have the 6 stall in China, Mexico.
No, it has to be either in China or in Mexico.
No, it's in China, Mexico.
No, they haven't merged the countries yet.
It's in China.
Now, I know that you didn't take a lot of geography in
Mexico.
school, but
it's
no,
in
that's
China,
not
Mexico.
Okay, whatever. Number 16 in Mexico is the 6 stall in Ensenada, Mexico.
The 10 stall urban supercharger in Seattle in Union Street in Washington.
Number 74 in France is the 2 stall at the Eurotunnel, the Flexi Plus Lounge, France. Now, I actually looked this up because I was at one of the Eurotunnel superchargers, not at this one. There's 3 different supercharger stations at the Eurotunnel. Some you have to already have your passes to get on, and some you don't. It's very confusing, but yeah, so plenty of superchargers get going over to the UK.
Number 36 in Sweden is the 2 stall at Polikstavarasavazara in Sweden.
You're not going to correct it, huh?
That's how you say it.
Number 32 in Italy, number 467 in Europe is the 10 stall at Tarquinia, Italy.
The 8 stall 150 kilowatt supercharger at Basking Ridge, New Jersey.
And number 673 in the US, number 1594 in the world is the 8 stall 150 kilowatt at Robbinsville, New Jersey. This is part of the show. We normally tell you about Be Free, businesses for rewarding Elon employees. And we have this awesome map where you can go if you're an Elon employee and find all these cool businesses that will give you free or reduced price stuff. We're also thinking about starting another map because we don't have enough on our show already. This would be a community projects map. What I'd like to do is there's so many cool people out there trying to get cool things done in their little neck of the woods, right? Get solar on the high school or something like that. We would like to set up a map, just like our Be Free map, where you could put a pin and say, I'm trying to do this great thing in my community. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing. And that way other people could either go to you and be like, hey, I live right next door to you in another town, or I live in your town, or I want to know more. And I think this would be a great way to share that knowledge. Now, we're trying to do that on our Discord right now. For $3 and above, you can join our Discord on Patreon, and we have a channel where we talk about this, but I want to go one step further. What I need some cool people out there who are good at programming.
Yes. Because, I mean, one of the problems with our Be Free map, I'll be honest, is that we need some more fields with some video. We need it to look a little bit nicer. And so we're probably going to end up using whatever code we use for this map, for our Be Free map, to help improve it. But we really want this community projects thing to work. We really want, you to be able to log on there and be like, either I'm a person with a lot of experience, or I'm a person that can help and do some research, or I'm a person who is working on something and I need some help, or I just need some support, or I just need to talk to somebody.
Right.
So yeah, we just need some people who are good with programming. We're going to put a link to a Google Forms where you're going to be able to fill out, what you're good at, what your interests are,
and we'll get back to you. For a past video, we just came out with this latest episode 4 of our autonomous boring tunnel future, showing that, it's a $1 trillion market that's being disrupted. Pretty cool. And it's time for a Patreon giveaway. This is where if you're a Patreon, you can get your name in this barrel of fun here. For every $1 that you give us every month, you get a new card in there. And this week we're giving away an EcoWare t-shirt. Any of one of your choice. Doesn't have to be this cool, this is not a flamethrower. It could be anything else. Because remember, EcoWare supports the show. It's carbon neutral.
Well, it's carbon neutral throughout the life cycle of the thing.
Exactly.
So that's the growing of the cotton, the production of the t-shirt, the shipping it to you, the you wearing it, putting it in the washing machine so many times, and then eventually throwing it away.
Right.
That is all carbon offset, and on top of that, we plant a tree.
Yep.
So, all right. And the winner this week is Remco Rietveld.
Congratulations, Remco.
Congratulations.
You are getting a t-shirt. And you made it to the end of the show. And we've got a pretty important thing we want to talk about here. So if you made it to the end, and you're probably only one of like 40% or something that made it to the end.
Smaller. Yes.
But I'm glad you're here because, see that? It's been behind us the whole time.
You may have been wondering
what is it? What's in the box? Don't break it.
Sorry.
It's fine. Bior is in the box. Build your own robot, and it's finally here. Our buddy Tion over at in the Netherlands, who developed this, finally got everything ready and it's good to go. You can go to Amazon right now, this very second. There's a link right there in the show notes, and for $75, you can get this kit. It comes with a this is the kickoff kit, so it comes with a distance sensor, a servo motor, the brain, the cables, and the power bank. And you can do some pretty amazing stuff with this. There's missions for it. Jesse and I are part of Mission Control, where we give you some of the missions that you and your kids can do with this.
Yes.
So let me just say, if you've got kids who are, I don't know, what, from 5 to 13, I would even say older, but yeah, for this kit, maybe 13.
Even if yourself, I mean,
right,
maybe if you want.
Look at, he's playing with it already. I love playing with it. You can build robots with this thing. And so you just hook it up. You can use it with like boxes and recycled plastic things around the house and make your own robots that respond to things, and it grows with you. So as you're like, okay, I've figured this out, I want more, there's more. So yeah, I mean, check this out. What did you just build, Jesse?
So I just built this little contraption that measures distance.
Oh, so as you move your finger closer, it moves the servo?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you can put things onto this so that you can make things move, like an arm or a sweeper or a door closer or whatever you want. Like, this is a great way to teach kids about engineering, technology, sustainability. And what's really cool is that the company Bior has integrated this with a whole bunch of lessons. So it's not like one of those toys where you take it out of the box and then, you're just like, okay, well, I'm tired with it.
Right.
It keeps growing with you.
And it's not like the sort of thing where it's like, oh, and it comes with a booklet.
Right.
Right. It comes with things with YouTube videos.
Right.
So you get to watch a thing with we're voicing it over.
Right.
Literally us, Zach and Jesse, are
Right.
voicing over some of the missions.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, it's really cool. And this is just the starter kit. You can add on from here.
Right.
To get even cooler, more fun things. But I mean, for this, you can make all sorts of different stuff. But yeah, I highly recommend Bior. And there's going to be a bunch of missions in Bior that are very sustainable.
Yeah.
Like around sustainability. Because we talked to Tune, and you can see our interviews with him.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've talked to him and we're like, this is going to be a great thing for kids to like learn about sustainability in a way that they can actually interact with it.
Right. Yeah, and if you made it this far, you might have remembered that when I was on my Euro trip and I was in Germany, I met a young woman named Julia, who was just really fantastic. She talked to Tiyun over at Build Your Own Robot because she continued watching the series and saw me meet up with him. And so she went to the Netherlands and interned with Bior for a couple weeks. And here's a video, just a quick clip showing what they did.
Hi, Zach and Jesse. I'm here at Bior HQ, building robots, as you know. And guess who's here also? Me! Julia! We actually met through the channel.
Yeah.
She was on the road trip videos, I was on the road trip videos, and the Now You Know community merged.
Because I wanted to do work experience, and I saw the video where Tune was in, and I thought it would be a nice opportunity to just join the company maybe for 2 weeks and see what it's like here. I just really enjoyed my time here. I'm gonna take some stuff back to Germany that I learned here, and I'm pretty excited that I got to spend 2 weeks in the company.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
Like, she actually got to experience like working with the company, all because we met each other. It just, I don't know. It's a great community. Anyway, see, Jesse won't be stopping to play with this at all. So if you're interested in something for the grandkids or the nephews or the nieces or whatever, like this is a great gift.
Totally.
Anyway, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Oh, and huge shout out to all the people in the end credits here, because again, these are our Patreons who support us, and without them, there is no show for you to watch. So thank you guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Now you know.